What is cool and how to be cool? So growing up, I was literally the furthest thing from it. And you could make your arguments that, still, I got some work to do. But, growing up, I was hospitalized for depression twice. It was really hard for me to make friends or meet girls. I had a lot of religious expectation on me, which made it really hard to kind of like vibe with other people. And, I wasn't it, man. I wasn't cool. And I always wondered, like, what does it take to be like that cool, funny guy that's just like socially at ease and having fun with everybody he talks to, and everybody laughs at the things that he says, and he just seems like he's always having a good time. Like, how do I be like that guy? And as a kid, it's entirely circumstantial. Like, you as a kid, if you didn't have good socialization, if you didn't have a good upbringing, if you didn't have things that your parents put you into, where you were applying yourself in all these, like perfect storm of conditions, because you're a kid and you haven't been on the planet long enough to notice the way things work, it's entirely circumstantial for you as a kid. Now, the really big problem with that is that you write the story about your identity based upon, your experience as a kid and growing up. And you end up writing this identity that is not a cool guy. You're like, man, I'm not the guy that, can win socially. Now, as a 41-year-old who switched his life from like depressed kid to, ladies man type guy, okay? And I don't say that as a flex. I'm just saying, as a product of the circumstances that I put myself in. I've been on this planet long enough to know some principles about like what is cool. Like, what is it actually when we see somebody that we say is cool? Like, what's going on there? So the very first thing is somebody that's socially attuned. In other words, they practice socializing. They talk to people often. They interject things. They volunteer information. They're trying to say things in a way that's charismatic. And ultimately, honestly, is more for the other people that are around them. It's more for their entertainment and enjoyment than it is for themselves. The next thing is a high level of awareness. Somebody that's cool is always in the moment. Like, if you say something, if you come at him sideways, right, he's going to snap back with something that's even funnier. And how can he do that if he's lost in his thoughts in his head? No, the only way that like a cool guy can snap back at you with something that's even funnier is because he's ready to go. He's in the moment and he has a high level of awareness. Now, the last thing is somebody that's socially at ease. A cool guy has confidence and he can basically relax out in the world because he can present who he really is, because he's confident about himself, because he's applied himself and started to rack up the wins in life. Now, of course, this is a very brief synopsis of what goes into it, but this is the phenomenon that you're viewing as a spectator when you see somebody out in society that's cool. Drop your thoughts in the comments, like this video, check out my other videos up here.